Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. I was born as Ronald Reagan on February 6, 1911, in Dixon, Illinois, to Jack and Nellie Reagan. I lived in Dixon, Illinois, until I moved out to go to Eureka College in Eureka, Illinois. While at college, I participated on the swim team and was on the football team. After I graduated college, I got a radio announcer job in Davenport and Des Moines, Iowa. Following the radio job, I moved to Hollywood, California, where I worked for Warner Bros. And acted in over 50 films. While at Warner Bros., I filmed training and propaganda videos during World War II. Following World War II, my mom and I received the keys of my hometown of Dixon, Illinois in 1952. 2 years later, I married my wife Nancy Reagan, and we stayed married until my death. I began my political career as the governor of California from 1967 to 1975. 6 years later, I was inaugurated as the 40th President of the United States of America on January 20th, 1981. However, I wasn't always well liked as a president. In March of 1981, I was targeted on an assassination attempt outside of a hotel in Washington, D.C. I was hit once in the chest, but the bullet was successfully removed and I made a quick recovery. In that same year, I appointed Justice Sandra Day O'Connor to the U.S. Supreme Court, making her the first woman to be given that honor. Later in 1991, the Soviet-Russian leader Mikhail Gorbachev and I agreed to reduce the amount of nuclear weapons being produced and stored. Throughout the 1980s, I held aid to anti-communism movements in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. On February 7th, 1984, I made the controversial decision to remove U.S. troops out of Lebanon after years of conflict there. A year later, in 1985, I won my second-term election, winning in 49 out of 50 states and receiving 525 out of 538 possible electoral votes. I was inaugurated on January 20th, 1985. Finally, in 1987, I made my Berlin Wall speech in Berlin, Germany, where I challenged Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the Berlin Wall. This eventually led to its demolition in 1991. On June 5th, 2004, I passed away in Los Angeles due to Alzheimer's disease and pneumonia.